Good morning, Ann. Kevin Price, delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to jump straight into it. Allison Talamantez.
Talamantez, yes.
Talamantez.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we'll get it right by the time it's over.
Perfect.
Really, from now on, you're Allison.
Great.
So we're now on a first name basis.
Love it.
She's on our program today. She's with a company called the Sway Group, and that's Sway, SWAY Group, LLC.com to learn more about online. And Allison, tell us a little bit about your company. We're gonna focus today on how businesses grow and how your organization helps facilitate that. But tell us about your Sway Group.
So we are an influencer and content marketing agency. We have a network of over 75,000 influencers, and we built a platform that allows us to filter them psychographically, demographically, and geographically to create content campaigns on specific social platforms to help drive results for brands and agencies.
Okay, now translate that for my audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, did you say psychographically?
Yes. So how
Wow,
you think,
that's pretty
how
cool.
you do, what you want to eat. At the end of the day, if you think about it with, when I was growing up, I grew up here in Houston, Texas, and every night Dave Ward and Sheriff Fryer were in my home, and they really felt like they were friends of ours.
Yeah.
And as we've evolved and grown as a community, less and less of us know our neighbors, less and less of us know, where to go to find the best information about what toothpaste should I use for my infant, whatever that is. And with the advent of blogging and microsites coming on, in the early mid 2000s, my partners and I really discovered that these bloggers, or influencers as we're now kind of calling them, have that same kind of connection that we think of with, whether it's a radio host doing an endorsement or Dave Ward or Sheriff Fryer, that kind of thing. So what happened was when we launched, we said, okay, we're going to work with these bloggers to create content around things. So, if I, who have very curly hair, which as you can tell is not curly and grew up in Houston, Texas, say to a group of my friends about a humidity busting hairspray, that is suddenly phenomenal. And you're going to take that for gold because you align with my ideology. And so that's what we do. We take different groups of people and we pair them with products to tell stories in a great, compelling way.
Interesting. So do you have some actual personalities you can tell us about?
Yeah, we have influencers across the board.
Well, how does it work? Why would one want to be one of your influencers? So you approach people that you see have a big footprint in the social media sphere or in the blogosphere. You approach them about being influencers for products or services that you represent? Is that
Actually, it's flipped. So we approached the influencers when we originally launched,
Right.
and now influencers come to us.
Got
and
it.
so we have this database of influencers, and obviously we know many of them by name and footprint and that kind of stuff, but we can go into the computer and filter them based upon what the brands and agencies or businesses are looking to achieve. So if you are an independent, Mary Kay distributor and you want someone in Rice Village to help you, who's a really great, word of mouth and blogger, to write about your specific products, and you as the independent distributor, we can pair you with those types of influencers, and we can also do that at scale. So we can get, 100 bloggers blogging about gallery furniture and Mattress Mac over a period of time.
fascinating? How old is the company?
We launched in 2011, and I am the worst business partner ever because I always forget our anniversary. It was sometime in June.
Yeah, sometime in June. Okay.
Yes.
And to talk about some of these different services like Sway Group. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that's our group or our agency as a whole, and we have different services that can range from doing, blog posts with individual influencers, creating what you would consider with a blogger the way you would use maybe a celebrity to create an RMT, or doing spokesperson type work where they're going into more traditional media. We can create what we call platform-specific campaigns, so where you're using influencers on specific platforms. Maybe it's Instagram, and we're having them capture, different elements through that visual to their followers. Maybe it's Facebook, where they're leading more private kinds of conversations through private groups on a brand or business's behalf. Maybe it's a Twitter conversation that's driving a specific initiative or coupon download for Black Friday shopping. And we can obviously create all of those together, extend them into live events, which we execute, or do them as a standalone.
Yeah, very interesting. And then talk about this Massive Sway.
So Massive Sway is actually the network of the 75,000 influencers. And that is, you have the roster, which are going to be a little bit more of kind of that higher profile. You might have seen them on the cover of Forbes. You might have seen them in a magazine ad. And then Massive Sway is our 75,000 influencers as a whole. And that's where we can really look into, to use kind of an advertising term, that reach and frequency that you might receive from an ad campaign.
Okay, so have you leveraged all of them, 75,000, for a specific objective before?
No, we've never used all 75,000. So
yeah.
Typically,
because a lot of them, it would fall on deaf ears anyway when the technology guys all of a sudden talking about a new cake recipe.
Yes, not effective.
So it's like, well, yeah. Now, if he made his cake into a computer, that could be cool.
Yes,
but other than that,
very much.
And so it doesn't even resonate, and it would probably hurt your brand as well as their individual brand.
Yes.
And so how do you is Massive Sway just a way of indicating how large the breadth and depth of what you offer is?
Correct. We used to say, I don't know if we still say it, but it's kind of like the long tail of female blogging. So we really have this capability to go in and get a lot of people in a specific genre. It's kind of like the most specific magazine you could ever have. You might be a female who likes to work out, but the person who reads Muscle and Fitness is a very different person than the person who reads Shape. And that's what these influencers allow brands and businesses to do, is to go in and really find the right people to talk to their audience at the right time.
Mm-hmm. And then you have various events that you do.
We do. We have a series called Bloggy Boot Camp, and we also do brand-specific events where we bring together these influencers to either have, home gatherings where they're having parties and creating recipes using a specific product, or learning actual tangible takeaways about how to become a better influencer, writer, PR.
I see a huge amount of estrogen on your.
Yes, sir. You
so
do.
Are the vast majority, or all of your influencers female?
I would say the vast majority. I would say about 85%.
85%. Mm-hmm. Allison, that's interesting. Now, you're not from Houston, but you're here in Houston. What's going on?
I am from Houston.
Oh, you
originally.
are?
I am, and then I went to the University of Oklahoma, and I worked in Galveston for my first job. So
you're corporately located here?
No, we are technically in the cloud, out of Chicago. I am in Dallas, and we have about 5 employees in Dallas currently.
Got it. And did you come here just to join us?
I did.
Wow, I feel special.
Yes,
Holy
sir.
mackerel. Well, thank you so much, Allison.
Thank you.
And I want you to give your last name one more time. Is that Talamantez?
That is. Well done.
Allison Talamantez. Okay, very good. I get it eventually. I don't even remember my kids' names half the time, so it gets tough. And, you don't remember your anniversary date for your business. So, shame on both of us.
Amen.
So there we go. But it's easy to find out more about Sway Group. That's SWAY Group, LLC.com. I encourage you to check them out. And thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at USAToReview.com. And this is The Price of Business.